Hey there, girlfriend. Super excited to be here with you today. We are going to talk about how to quantum leap with love. How do y'all like that? I'm so excited to talk to Dr. Amber about this, and we will see you on the other side. Hey, Dr. Amber.
Hey girl, I love that you're so excited. I could just feel the excitement here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna quantum leap your life with love.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm so excited to talk about this. And before we get to your business, girl, we want you to tell us a little bit about you, who you are, who you serve, and how you serve them.
Okay, well, I was a Caribbean girl, and love is what brought me to the United States. I met and married my husband in 6 months, and after meeting him online, and I mean, after a process of really online, God will never want me to do that, because it's only murderers, rapists, and really horrible people who look online for love. Seriously, that's what I thought. And a little voice said, but yet you have no choice, but to look online. And are you a murderer? Are you a rapist? Are you a horrible person? And, of course, that turns the question on you, right? Exactly. And I thought I would give that a chance. I signed up and I was matched to one person in the whole world for 3 months.
Wow.
Refused to speak to him. Because he was a white dude in Ohio. Okay, can we start with the word white? Then let's start. Oh, he was also a historian, a history professor. Say boring, and then say boring again, I thought. And then he lived in Ohio. I was like, this is not New York. I mean, I had lived in London. So, I was like, Ohio, who, And short version of the story, we spoke for 3 months. He came to meet me in the 4th, came in the 5th month to get down on one knee, and came in the 6th month with his family to get married to me in a private ceremony on the beach.
Oh, wow.
And the 3 months that I refused to talk to him, I was really judging a book by its cover. I was living out everybody else's fears. Everybody else's, in the Caribbean, they say you take bush medicine for somebody else's cold. And these are all mistakes that professional, high-achieving, single women make. Because especially when you're high-achieving, everybody wants you to continue on your trajectory, right? They can't afford for you to make a mistake. And so everybody's advice is in the pot there. And you know what they say about too many cooks. Yeah. And I kind of had to face some of my fears, which were unfounded, and face some things that I had to break up with. Hollywood, churchy wood, the familiar, really breaking up with the familiar. And my life really quantum leaped after making that decision to really take my destiny. And that's kind of how Destiny Strategists got started, because people thought my story was amazing and they started reaching out to me to ask how they could get the same result. And we can proudly say that we can help you get married. I like to say in 6 months or less. My husband says, say 9, without, say a year, without compromising your virtue, without spending hours and hours wasting time on dating apps, and without serial dating a bunch of jerks. So that's pretty much what we do. But on the way to getting that, you get all the other areas of your life up leveled because of the unique system that we use. So that's me in a nutshell. And all of this happened at the ripe age of, I was a 30-something, think of a number past 35, when all of this happened. And this was 11 years ago. And I have no regrets. It's been a beautiful adventure. And I want that for everybody else.
Yes, I love it. I love it. That is so awesome. That's so awesome. So thank you for sharing that. So we got to keep hope alive for those folks that are 30 plus and people are telling them, oh, girl, you too old. Don't lose hope. Keep hope alive. You got this, girlfriend. You got this. So that is so exciting. So tell us exactly what you do when it comes to helping. Do you just work with women? Are you working with men? Tell us about exactly what you do when it comes to helping people make this leap with love.
Yeah, so I would like to say we work with women. We do have a few men who came through the ranks. Two of them married girls from the tribe. The
Okay.
last one, so travel is a big part of what we do. For most professional, high achieving women, especially if you're a woman of faith,
Right.
life is it's three places, right? It's church, school, home, or
Right.
church, work,
Work
home,
at home.
or
Exactly.
work, school, home. And well, that does not make for an interesting online dating profile or even a real life interesting dating profile. It sounds
Right.
like boring, boring, and more boring, right? which was why I didn't want to speak to the historian. And I was so wrong because, I mean, that's so many little things. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I remember somebody saying, Amber, God will give you exactly what you're looking for, exactly what you need. And I was like, really? You think so? Even ballroom dancing? That's what I want. That's what I like. Guess what the historian's pastime was? We even went to competitions doing
Oh
ballroom
wow,
dancing.
that is so cool.
We were so well matched. We were so well matched, and I was so going to miss the boat judging the book by its cover, by my
Yeah.
preconceived notions. Like my little sister says, he's anything but boring. He's anything but boring. I'd have been so wrong. And so
Right.
there's a lot of, in terms of what we do, we really peel back the layers of all of those preconceived things that are really traumas, hidden hurts, things from
Yeah.
when we were very, very young. Father
Yeah.
wounds, mother wounds. A lot of what we do really starts with you. It's kind of like rediscover you and rediscover love. Find you, find love. And so yes, we have a few young men who have, well, they're older men, of course, but they've come through and married some of our girls. Some didn't marry our girls, but we had influence then on the same, and it's been wonderful. But working with us is a whole of life transilience jump. Resilience is when you have the ability to go through something and
Right.
then return to a state of normalcy.
Right.
You're able to go through and then something bad happens, Katrina comes,
Right.
COVID comes, and you're
Right.
able to stretch like a rubber band and come back to pause, come back to peace. But
Right.
transilience is this thing comes, it rocks you. It's COVID, it's Katrina, it's whatever, storm, disappointment, rejection, heartbreak, loss of job, forced to change career, divorce, death.
Right. Yeah.
Transilience is when you don't only go back to what you were before, but you now transcend that level and you quantum leap into something higher, something better. Your future you, your best you, the highest version of yourself. And that's the game that we are all about playing. That's the internal one-on-one game of chess that we are playing with God and the universe. And it's deeply rewarding, deeply satisfying, and deeply rewarding, because we get to hold space, like you were saying, Inga, for all these hopes and dreams. We have so many clients who say their relatives, it's such a secret. It is such a secret over the age of 35 if you are a professional, high achieving, and it's not the same if you're not high achieving.
Right.
Because you need a man to help you. But if you are high achieving, you already have your own car, you already have your own house, you already have your retirement, your money is nice, all the other areas of your life. People say, you still want that?
Yeah.
Girl, you better off, but you don't know. Everybody who hugging up their man in the night, permission to speak plainly. Everybody who is hugging up their mister or has already hugged their misters and decided they don't want any, will prescribe, you don't need that, to a girl who's probably never had that.
Right.
To a 55-year-old who still has hopes that she might still be able to have a child, have a family of her very own. And we get to hold space for those dreams, and we get to see those dreams come alive. I remember I was on a show very similar to this, and someone was interviewing me, and this person reached out and let's call her Sarah, and she said, I loved everything that you said, but do you think that it will work for me?
Oh,
A singleton at 55, she just got married.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, and we were able to go to her wedding in South Africa. She had 2 weddings, one in the UK, one in South Africa, because that's where her parents are. And phenomenal. Everything she wanted, including he's willing for her to try to have children.
Oh,
When
that
he
is wonderful.
said, yeah, when he said, when I got to know you and I realized how important this was for you, and you never had it, I
Right.
wondered immediately if that was still possible for you. And then he asked her, will you have my baby?
Oh, that is wonderful. So you make see that is what it's all about. You know, that is truly what it's all about. And I think so many times, I guess it's kind of similar to entrepreneurship in itself, that you feel like you have to do what everybody else is doing. Because I know I personally felt that way. I got married late. I didn't get married until I was 37. But I know before that, I was that high achieving person that you're talking about. That, you know, I had the house, I had the car, I had the nice job and the nice salary and the 401k and all of that. And I would get that all the time. Well, baby, you gonna get married? I mean, come on, you know. And it's so, I guess, it's societal when it comes to them asking those type of questions. How do you help people get over that? Because I know that's something that, especially if you're a high achieving female professional, that comes up a lot. How do you help them get over that?
And it's such a secret. So many people hide the fact that they still want to have a family of their own, and that in this area of their life, they feel like something is missing. They hide that. And so we have a tribe, a community. We meet every week, and it's a place where you can come and be yourself. I mean, You could come dressed up in your corporate clothes. You could come in your curlers. You could come. Well, when we right now we have no men in the tribe, but we have had men who would come faithfully. The girls kind of don't wear curlers, but then there comes a time where they become so familiar with the guys, one or two. But because they're like brother sister bonds that form. Not with everyone, of course, but with the OGs. That community, it's very interesting, because even the girls who got married, and I call everybody girls, and we have women who are up to 72 in there who still want to get married. Sometimes they had an early marriage, like in their teens, early 20s, and they had their children, and it didn't work out early, and they've kept themselves. They've had no one because it was so traumatic. But they've always wanted to know what it was like to be loved, to be cherished, to be. So the tribe is all of that, and from all of those life experiences, you find a very rich fabric, a very rich tapestry, a very rich quilting of women who act as a very soft cushion for whatever type of day you are having. And so every week we share and we grow together.
Awesome.
Yeah, and that community is very powerful in helping women to realize, oh, I'm not alone. And just knowing that sometimes that I'm not the only one.
Right.
I'm not the only one. Other people also want this. And more so, other people have already gotten this. And I don't know why they don't leave, but I'm happy that the married girls, they come back. Yeah. They come back week after week to share, to support the others. Maybe because they know what the journey was like for them.
Right.
So, it's an amazing thing. I didn't, when you have a business, you plan the pieces that you want, but you don't know how everything will take a life of its own.
Exactly.
And the tribe, that piece we would never have known. We would never. I did my doctorate, and I thought I was an adjunct at the university with my husband, Mr. I would thought would be boring, right? So I was adjuncting now at the same university, and I thought that was our lives, until people started to ask, how could I do what you do? How do I get what you got? Even one of my exes, I mean, like a very high standing professional, he called Amber. How did you get your husband so quickly, what did you do? Because people understood that there was a strategy that I spoke to one guy. Let's be real clear. I was matched to one person and I spoke to one person. And at the end of speaking for 90 days, he decided he wanted to come to the islands, meet me. After meeting, staying with my family. My mother has a very interesting sense of practicality. Said he's not staying anywhere else. He's not staying in any hotel. He's staying right here, so I could see what they are doing.
Wow.
Just like he's staying right here, And after meeting my family and deciding that I was the real deal and my family was the real thing, he came 1 month after to get down on one knee, and 1 month after that with his family for us to be married. That is not the usual.
Not at all.
In our world, it is. The 55-year-old who I told you just got married, 6 months. He proposed to her in 17 days. 17 days after meeting her online.
Okay, so ladies, if y'all looking to get hitched, y'all need to get in touch with Dr. Amber. So look, you said we, and I'm curious about we. Is we you and your husband, or do you have a team of folks that work with you guys? Tell us a little bit about that.
So both.
Okay.
We is my husband and I, because he brings the male balance. Like we do something called Dane's Diamonds, and Dane's first diamond is break up with Hollywood. And that goes so deep. You have to break up with Hollywood, churchy wood, family wood sometimes. And there's permission to speak plainly.
Yeah,
there are some things that your family doesn't quite go for necessarily, but it might be really perfectly suited to you. And you may have to have certain conversations with your family, like relocating. That was a decision.
Right.
Would you relocate? I was a person in the Caribbean. I was a media personality. I had a life. I had a name,
Right.
And it's, would you leave all that? And parents, family, they would be concerned. You're going to America? Who you have there? Ohio, we don't have anybody there. Go New York, where, we have people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're going in the middle of nowhere, quote unquote. And so sometimes those are serious decisions that you have to make. So yeah, my husband, he brings the male balance and the male insight, and I mean, like, on the deeper things. And we do have a team of Destiny Strategists who assist, and each of them do their unique gifting that is brought to bear throughout your journey with us.
Okay, so that's cool. So when people come in, you're saying, like you just mentioned, the 55-year-old woman, she was proposed to 17 days after she started with you guys? Is that what you're saying? Or was it
after he met her online?
After they met. Okay, got it. So,
correct.
So is there any pre-work that the ladies or the people that come into your program do before they can physically go and date somebody? I'm sure they have to do some kind of...
Correct. So our process doesn't even require you to date. You don't. I mean, it sounds funny, but our process doesn't even require you to date.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. One of the girls married her high school sweetheart.
Okay.
And it wasn't that she dated at all. We weren't even considering that. What happens is, and this is our top secret, don't tell anyone, okay? What happens is, we go on a journey into you.
Right.
Working through all the things. Rumi, a mystic in the 16th century, said, your job is not to seek for love, but rather to find and eliminate the obstacles that you've put up that keep you from it.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
That's what we do.
Okay.
So we look internally first to see what is. If you're 35, there were opportunities. Why did you miss them? Or why did the guys who connected not commit? And in going through that process, we're able to identify, even if you met Mr. Right tomorrow, these things would still be in your way. Exactly. So let's eliminate these things. And so then what starts to happen is you begin to attract Mr. Right, Mr. Wrong. So I tell them, when you're ready to date, when the garbage man, the postman, the electric man, the steward on the plane, the
Right.
person, everybody, young men, old men, middle-aged men, begin to come up to you and they want to open the door for you, and so it's like a sign.
Okay.
So we know when you're in the zone, and some people you're free to date before that. We suggest that you wait till that happens, because that's like a natural indication that you're ready. But we do have a curriculum that we go through with everyone, and there's just so much healing and so much wholeness that comes 3 months in.
I love
that
it.
you're just not the same person, and you begin to see those changes in the way that people are responding to who you're becoming. So really, it's a journey of becoming, and in becoming, you just attract something different than you ever used to before.
So it's a lot of self-work then before you even. So that's good to know, because when you say those kind of things, that you met somebody and the lady and the guy proposed to her in 17 days, I'm sure people were thinking, dang, I can start this, connect with Dr. Amber, and in 17 days have somebody proposing to me. But they had to do the self-work first before that kind of thing happened. And then after the result of that self-work, then they were able to attract. And I love the way you said attract, because I think that's very imperative to highlight that you're attracting somebody to you. You're not attacking them. And I think sometimes when people get to the point that they really want to be with someone, they can have this desperate energy that everybody around them can feel, that repels people from them, where they feel like they have to attack more so than attract. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the desperate energy is bad, but the I will never be vulnerable with you because I'm so aloof, because the truth is I'm so scared. That one is even worse. So it's a push and pull. You behave desperate in one breath, and then you push me away in the other breath. And it's like, all the dudes say, ain't no man want to work that hard.
Exactly.
This is a hard sister. You have problems. And so the aloof, I don't need anyone. Then the grabby, I need you. That yo-yoing is probably even worse. But yeah, there is that whole idea of energy that, oh man, what we're giving off, all behavior, that's a ziggurat model. All behavior is communication. So what I'm wearing is communication. The colors that I've selected, all of that is communication. The way that I look at you is communication. The stance that I have in the chair, the expression on my face, RBF, all of that is communication. Well, I don't need you. I have a house, I have a car, I have my dog and 2 cats. What can you give me? I have an MBA, an LLB, I have a JD, a PhD, an EdD, I have ABCDEFG.
But you ain't got no man. Okay. Yeah. You got all that, but you sleeping at night by yourself. And do you want to sleep with that dog? How much longer? Come on now. You gotta open up, sister. I love it. Well, girl, you gave us some good juicy stuff. I love to hear that it's the self-work that really helps people open up and really make this quantum leap, because that's what it sounds like. Am I incorrect in saying that?
You are very correct. And so our target is love. Make no mistake, we are not out for professional development. You're going to get that. But professional development, personal development, inner healing is the methodology, the tool, the road that we are taking to the mountain of love. And because we've chosen this road, and very strategic, we're very, very strategic. Because we've chosen this road with some bad ASS things that go along with it, that will help you with dating, that will help you with your presentation.
Exactly.
Then love comes quickly. But another reason love comes quickly is because you're, like you were saying, you are attracting now the right caliber of person. And by the way that we're doing everything, you are repelling the wrong type of person. Sometimes one of the reasons why we choose the wrong person is because we're attracting the wrong person. We're
Yeah.
also not repelling the wrong person.
Perfect.
But
Got it.
with our methodology, you also repel the wrong person. So the options that come your way are good, gooder, and goodest. And our job is to figure out which one of the goodestists that are there that will be the best one, not for who you are now, because this process of becoming will continue. The things that
Exactly.
the reason why the company is called Destiny Strategists is because our aim, we have ulterior motives. We have ulterior motives that your families, that you will find love, you will have a family, and you will now be the destiny strategist of your own family. So this growth and this momentum and this quantum leaping, we expect it to continue for the rest of your life. And so we want for you to choose the mate who will continue to or have capacity for the quantum leaping, professional, high achieving woman you are yet becoming.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So you're preparing them that the mate that they choose will also continue to be their mate for their future self. So I love it.
Yes, ma'am. Let me just share this. I know it's a time, but we have a very high achieving woman. Top awards. I don't want to call the awards because then she's findable. Top award. And the gentleman wouldn't take her to the gala.
Oh,
Top award. Worked all your life for this. Loved her children. Loved her. This is it. And then on the biggest night of her life, she has to face going alone or finding someone other than the man she thought she was going to spend the rest of her life with. These are the realities of not just choosing the right person for today, but choosing the right person for when you win the awards. And you will win awards. You're already a high achieving woman. You already have professional goals. So when you become the CEO of Coca-Cola, who is the man who may not be the CEO of anything except your heart?
Exactly. I love it.
But it's comfortable to be the CEO of your heart. And stand with you as the gala. This might be
that's my girl.
This is my woman.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. I love it. Now, tell it. I know you told before we got started, you told me you had a freebie of some sort that you were going to share with my audience. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, just go to the website www.destinystrategists.com, and at the top of the site we've got a Christmas special there. It is our Ready for Relationships, a relationship readiness quiz. It's a diagnostic. You just fill it out. It's just 10 questions, but they go deep, and they're gonna, when you enter the information, it's going to send you back a response with insights about where you are, what is good, what is bad, what is ugly, so you know what you want to work on.
Okay, all right. So for sure. So we're going to show that website here. So make sure you add the S, as she was saying, Destiny Strategists. And here's the link right here, so you guys can go check that out, take the quiz, find out where you are, and then go talk to Dr. Amber so she can help you in your quantum leap with love. Girl, thank you so much for being here today. You have been such a blessing and provided tons of value for us today. And those of you who are watching, if you know of anyone you would love for me to interview, by all means, let me know. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now.